Good morning, y'all. What's popping? So today, I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't do frenemies ever, at all, zip zero. So a young Ebony, 1999, I think like 2000, a high school Ebony, one would say. I was 17, living a great life. Senior year, I was popping, and I had a best friend. We have been best friends since not even elementary daycare. I had known her since we've literally been in daycare. So we were in high school and like she started acting a little funny, but I kind of ignored it. I just thought maybe she was going through some shit. And I kind of felt like she was jealous of me, but you don't be wanting to think that your friends are jealous of you, right? So at the time, everybody thought we were cousins because, back in the day, if you was best friends with somebody, that wasn't good enough. When you met strangers, you just went ahead and said y'all was cousins because, it just made sense. Kind of how like Romeo and Amarion, I think at one point they said they were cousins. Janae Aoki said she was cousins with like Lil Boog or Raz B or something like that. Everybody was just lying. Neither here nor there. So we're in our senior year and everything is going great. I end up losing my virginity. She knew because I told her. And the guy I lost my virginity to wasn't like the main guy I had been on and off with throughout high school. So she had a crush on the guy, my first guy, the original guy. So she used to call his house all the time. And I remember his mom used to be like, your little friend, your best friend be calling up here all the time to talk to my son. I think she liked him. And I'm like, no, she don't like him. She probably just calling, to talk about some other nigga he know, whatever. So fast forward, we all at a party. And back in the day, her mom had like a stricter curfew than my mom. But I had the car. So I would pick her up, go to the party, leave the party early to get her home on time. And then I would just go home because by the time I got her home, it made no sense for me to go back to the party because my curfew was like rolling around. Because I think I had like an hour later than her. So we all at a party and my other homegirl comes up to me and she was like, yo, E. I'm like, what's up? She was like, they say you got that fire. And I'm like, huh? And I, at the time, or like a little before that, Julie had a song called Oscar Mayer. Like, I got that fire. I got that fire. Holla at a nigga if you want that Oscar Mayer. So I thought having that fire was a good thing because Juvie said he had that fire. And if you want to holla at him, come get it. So I was like, oh, that I must be popping. Where this rumor came from. Girl, why? My friend was like, nah, that they don't mean like that. They mean like you burning. And I'm like, burning like on the replay? I'm burning like, turn up the light. I'm burning like Sean Paul. How am I burning? And she was like, no, they said you got AIDS. Okay. Let's just take a minute and go through the STD chain, right? You can get chlamydia. You can get syphilis. You can get the clap. You can get crabs. I skipped HIV and just jumped to AIDS, okay? So I'm like, who the hell said I had AIDS? Like, what? So I didn't know. So like, probably like a month goes by. I'm throwing a skip party, mind your business. I'm throwing a skip party at my house. My mama knew too. And my original boo thing, who I didn't lose my virginity to, he comes to me and he's like, we talking in the room because I'm trying to figure out why he was like livid. Of course he was mad because I had lost my virginity to not him, as if he was due it. But we were just talking, like clearing the air because we had just had a terrible couple of months. We're finally talking and he was like, who told me you had AIDS? I'm like, who? And he was like, oh girl. And I'm like, wait, excuse me, what? He was like, yeah. She called and told me and my best friend that you had sex with such and such, which wasn't the nigga I had sex with, FYI. And you got AIDS from him. Not HIV, not syphilis, not the clap, not chlamydia, AIDS. So she was in my house at the time, but the only reason I didn't bust her head like I probably should have was because we had been friends since like daycare, and plus our families were really good friends. But after that, I did not do her, period, because my spirit for a very long time was telling me that she was hating on me, and I just let it go. And so I just, at that moment, I never really F with her again. We were like in college too, because me and her both went to college in the same city. she basically told like her mom, who told my mom, that she really missed our friendship, but I really just couldn't see past, you know, the fact that you told people in high school that I had AIDS. Like, who does that shit? So that was that.